Oh ho ho! It's like Norway has declared independence from Scandinavia, and Scandinavia let them. That is interesting as hell. Okay. Huh. Neat. Okay. Well, I guess they're nice guys or something. Alright, so let's check to see what we unlocked. First and foremost, let's look at industry. Yep, we unlocked a combustion engine, which unlocks a ton of stuff. Electricity, still haven't gotten this though. But this, machine guns, unlocks a ton of stuff. Like this, which allows constructions of guards and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna get that. It also makes it so that we can colonize the rest of Africa. So that's an excellent choice for our next thing. Okay, I've been increasing my relations with Japan, simply because they're over here, and why not? As far as the other great powers, because Austria-Hungary is now a great power. They hate me. Oddly enough, the United States has not annexed Hawaii, which they normally do. But I wonder why they're not doing that. We'll see. Yeah. But once we're done, we can finish colonizing all of our little places that we had. It was possible before. And we'll probably start working with this one first. Once we get done. Let's check our infamy. We're low enough. Let's see. No, not low enough yet. We have 15. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? We are low enough now to declare war on somebody. Well, if we take this now, then when our truce runs out with them next year, we can start another war with a good front to fight on. And they may not be done with this war over here that they've started. Or they're not over there. They're not with anybody. I just kind of assumed they were involved in this war for some reason. They will be eventually, probably. But yeah. Let's just go for the gusto here. Once we have neuters. I keep forgetting that. So yeah, we'll be back. Declare war. And I guess we should move our troops up. That's not necessary. Yeah, pretty much everybody wants in place. And I keep getting banned over here from putting them in my sphere. So, oh well, nothing going there. Okay, so Rome has become an absolute monarchy. Again, I think they started as one. So, yeah. We've also found rubber in Casala, so that unlocks one of the next advanced trade goods. Whatever. Okay, so we have enough. We have enough stuff and enough diplomats to go for the war. That puts us at near the infamy cap, but we should be able to finish this relatively quickly. The only real danger is if we get a intervention from Turkey. What the crap is that? But I somehow doubt that. But it's possible. But we'll see. I'm gonna move my troops up just in case. So we have a kind of a solid border with Turkey. In case something happens. So, as with all wars, I'll just keep recording through it. And they are moving around. But I'm betting that they're not going to cross it. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop. Yeah. You need to be careful about that. Get everybody over we can get here. But we're clear over here. Okay. What kind of forts do they have? Can't really see. They split their army there. So let's instead do that. And just wait until they move this army out and then attack there to keep the pressure on, I suppose. Or are we going to even prevent them from moving out there? Nope. Okay. I don't know what they think they're going to do over here. Let's maneuver a bit better. Basically, I want to reduce as many reduce the amount of casualties I take in total. Keep things together, basically, so I don't have to worry about revolts as much. 10th, so they'll beat me out of the province. There. Instead of moving there, I'm going to stay here. Split this army. Leave a couple of... Oh, this is the one with all the cavalry. Leave a few regulars here. And a couple cavalry. Let's see if I have any artillery. Obviously an engineer to speed the siege. Artillery. Let's move everyone else here. Try to catch them and you're moving. Okay. And also try to keep them there. Well, no, that's not good for them. Okay, they're gonna try to move into our stuff. March 30th, March 28th. Okay, I can basically avoid fighting them at all if I want now. Or I can avoid fighting that army if I want. Because by the time he sieges that province, I'll have his entire country under... What's it? Under, no. Under my control. Boom. Well, no, because I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, whatever. You know what? Yeah. Let's fight them there. Cavalry, chase them down, because why not? .43 there, so let's do that. Exchanges here. Obviously there. Ah. Ooh, sea lane hunters. That's great. Okay. Done in there. Yep. And that's almost done too. Okay. Starting to take bad casualties there. That's fine. Yep. Decisive battle, go! Fuck you. Crap. I figured that was gonna happen with round. Ah, but we can mess with Seeking. Okay. Great. Oh no! 19 months after completion, a bridge across the Firth of Tay near Dundee collapsed under stress caused by high winds. And we were still having battles there. A six-carriage train was also lost. The bridge's designer, Sir Thomas Birch, was held responsible and removed from his position as the designer of the Firth of Forth Bridge. We lose 2 prestige. Finishes. Okay. I don't know why they would even bother to do that. Whatever. You're just lucky we started doing this before we got machine guns, bros. Okay. So give us your entire country. Just need this part, and then we can create the Empire of India. And then we have to get this so our borders don't look stupid. Yeah, good stuff. Alright, let's separate our armies a little so we're not taking... Oh wow. This is already a state. Cool. Yeah, that's great. No work needed there. Okay. So how many armies do we have here? Something like that. Like that. And that should be fine. Yeah. So I guess we'll turn our attention to watching what happens over here in Germany. It looks like France is now collapsed inward. And the remaining army is being cut to pieces by the Germans and the Scandinavians, who... Actually, the Scandinavians are doing a lot of the heavy lifting here in actual battle. And if I remember correctly, Scandinavia actually has a... Yeah, they're gonna try to get Champagne, which is here. That'll make it look really weird, but I guess it's fine. We'll see. Oh ho ho! That could be bad. North German Federation has had Russia declare war on it, seeking Brest out of the deal. Now, why is this liberation? Rest is Russia. Oh, they do, of course. Okay. There you go. There you go. So we'll see if Germany can turn its stuff to face Russia. The North German Federation, that is. I have a feeling that that's not going to work. But with France in a total collapse, they'll probably be finished with that fairly soon. Or I guess France will say, or I guess North German Federation will say, well, France, you can keep your crap. And give up, even though they were winning. Weird. Weird. We've discovered Karl Kautsky, another communist guy, and we are 1% away, or 0.1% away from making this a colonial or non-colonial province. So let's wait for that. honestly, the German thing with France. The only reason I could think that that happened was because Russia was afraid that they would win here, and yeah, I'm not sure. Russia's armies are over here, so yeah. And with Scandinavia, actually, they have cores over here, so they could add a war goal to take this back. I'm not sure if that'll happen, but with North Germany not losing a whole lot in that war, even if it lost a little tiny strip over here. Whoa. No text for key which. It's a pop mod thing, I guess. Or a increase one, because I didn't mess with that. Yeah. They outnumber them significantly. But we'll see. Yeah, Russia's already losing. So I don't know why they did that. It basically made France win when they were losing badly. But it's a questionable decision by Russia on their part. They weren't allied with France or anything, so whatever. Okay. Let's just run this back up. It's taking longer than I thought, but we made another discovery. Oh, guys. You know what? I don't care. Mongolia's got a new flag. Because of their switch to absolute monarchy. And once the month ticks over, it'll be done. So I'll come back when the month ticks over. Or not, because it just did. Okay. Boom. Yes. Alright, as normal. Focus. Actually, we're due for a government change, so let's put in the reactionaries. And then put in non-secret ballots. And then put in workers. Build a factory ourselves. That'll be Celtic North Cape. Or is it not on here yet? Huh. Should be Celtic Northern Cape. We needed a couple. No? Well, okay. Well, I'll fix it when I come back. When I'm able to build a factory there. Or even without my prompting, they will start building a highly profitable factory in Celtic Northern Cape. So, yeah, just get some workers there, and by the time it'll be whoa. Okay, Delhi. I didn't realize that. We need a few factories here. Okay, since I can build a steel factory, I will. And a cement factory is always useful. Then I'll let the rest of it go. Actually. And southeast England. Oops, that's the wrong east. Probably building stuff on its own. Yeah, it's already finishing stuff. Look at how huge that steel factory is. This is partially because the pop mod splits up the factories into separate things. Yeah. I'll put subsidies back on this one so it doesn't close because it's an ammunition. I need that. And this too. Yeah, okay. Well, Algeria is not going to live very long, as Asturias has declared war on them. Oh, yeah. Nobody expected that to live very long. Okay, the Ashes. In 1882, at the Oval in London, England and Australia played one of the most memorable international matches in the history of cricket. In a 3-day match that seesawed back and forth as wickets fell on the wet pitch, the English side fell a mere 7 runs short of defeating Australia in their last innings. It was a match so thrilling that one spectator died of a heart attack, and at its conclusion the Sporting Times published this immortal obituary. An affectionate remembrance of the English cricket, which died at the Oval on on 29th August 1882, deeply lamented by a large circle of sorrowing fans and acquaintances. R.I.P. The body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia. The name was given to the series. Horrible. We lose prestige even though Australia is in our empire. What? Whatever. Okay, so we've discovered another commie dude. Yep, just a bit more prestige. We're almost done with machine guns. At which point, even if I don't have the factory built yet, I will take this up here. Unfortunately, we will only have one. I would rather have 2, so I can start on places that I need to get before other people do, like New Guinea. But I'm not sure if anybody else will have machine guns at the time, so I may get a chance. I may get a chance to get the jump on people. For example, getting these as soon as possible. Well, they already have British people there. Awesome. It would be very nice. I mean, but nobody else can actually mess with this crap, so, yeah. We don't really have anything to worry about as far as that goes. And then, obviously, Africa, will probably end up being split between a lot of people because of this stuff over here. But I'll try to get as much of it as I can. And getting a border with Sokoto would probably be the best thing I can do right now. Although, getting these areas here, well, just Somaliland, I guess, it's a big area, would be a great boon to me. Because it'll just get me one big swath of the coast there. And I pretty much got all of the islands with these ones under my control. And then it's just getting Asia, Siam, and then Java. To a lesser extent the Netherlands. But I don't know if I'm going to bother fighting them for that. At least right now. So we'll see. Oh yeah, machine guns. Okay, well, that solves that problem. Let's go for combustion engines, which unlocks a lot of stuff. Like, battleships. What unlocks dreadnoughts? Navy stuff? Steam steamers. Dreadnoughts. Okay, this unlocks dreadnoughts. So, yeah, let's get a Navy tech. Let's get steel steamers. Okay, and then we'll get cruisers. Yeah, that's great. Good. Oops. And, yeah. Work on that. Alright, I've removed the focus here, and, I've decided going after Somaliland is going to be the best idea at this point. Do I have an army around here? I do not. So do I have an army I can build? Right here. Right here, easily. Okay. Simple enough. declared war on Colombia. I don't know if I really care about that enough to really worry. One of these stupid causes bellies on colonial people that I'll never use. But I'll still take that because I don't want to lose prestige over stupid shit like that. Whatevs. And victory for Deutschland. So, yeah. Yeah, Russia was getting crushed, pretty much. So, we'll see what's next on people who declare war on Germany. Successfully defended themselves against Russia, and oddly enough, unsuccessfully defended themselves against France for some reason. Okay. I ended up moving a guy here, so we'll be done in, well, whenever. Because that never gives you the right answer. Up to 45.45% here. Delhi is having some problems maintaining its things. I built a bunch of factories, so yeah, it's doing okay. But in the end, I mean, people will just leave to go to their other parts of the country if they have the problem. Still slow going in our, that's the same one, in our Indian places for population. So I might, well, no, I'm not going to cut one of those loose for now. I'm going to wait until this one's done, move that here so I get a border with Sokoto. And then I'm watching this like a hawk, because if I lose this, the rest of these islands I don't really care all that much about. But if I lose that or this, I'll be upset, at least a little bit upset. Oddly enough, the United States has not annexed Hawaii yet. Why that is, I don't know. But they have a decision to do so, and I'm wondering why they haven't. Maybe because they don't have the right tech yet. This is all still ongoing, and yeah, their industrial power actually dropped a little bit, so we are actually catching up again. Because this region here had a lot of industry in it. As you can see, theirs went up a bit. So France is kind of a big deal right now, which means we gotta be careful, because we only outnumber them slightly over here. But we could probably fix that. Yeah, we could fix that. I don't know why the Isle of Man always has troops available every time I go to look at it. Maybe because I keep disbanding them? I don't know. We'll see. Our economy is doing great. Oddly enough, luxury needs are, not being fulfilled at all for some reason. I'm not sure why. My tariffs are at 0%. Everybody's taxes is low. I mean, I did switch to those guys, so maybe we can switch back to something else. No, not yet. October. So my taxes did go up because I switched my government. What is the deal here? Narco rebels. Okay, I saw our first communist rebels in Japan. They captured this province, but they soon took it back. So I think this is a good time to end the session. We just need one more little piece of the pie to make sure we can get our thing. We don't have a truce with them anymore. They actually have a truce with Russia. Then we can get our last little section that we need to form, or to make ourselves the Empress of India. Which is basically I don't know, it's just a goal that was made by one of the decisions. But our infamy says we can't do that yet. Not until it's back down to about 16. Or 17. And things seem to be switching, going the way of the right, because we have had two of our allies switch to absolute monarchy, and Mongolia switched to absolute monarchy again. Or no, back to presidential dictatorship. Maybe they switched to. Yeah, these went to absolute monarchy. These went to dictatorship. That's what happened. So far, nothing's happening with Russia or Turkey or really any of the theocracy states. I might have to look at theocracy and see if it's too difficult to switch from theocracy. Yeah, and Scandinavia released Norway for some odd reason. But I guess it was some rebels or something. We got Jacobites here, so they might switch to democracy if those guys succeed. Which I doubt they will, but it's possible. So, a good session. Next time I'll be trying to figure out what I'm going to do over here. And deciding what I'm going to do about the situation in Europe. We finally got the North German Federation up. They're not as intimidating as they could have been, and they've had some ups and downs, but mostly ups. And they're not quite there as far as getting Germany formed, because Bavaria is not in their sphere, and Austria is pretty much messing with them. But they've still got Bavaria to go, I guess, and then they have to take the region France took from them back, and they have to get this province from Occitania to form the German Empire, I believe. Or maybe it's just Alsace-Lorraine that they needed. That might be that. But things seem to be looking up in Europe. There's no wars going on, and the last few wars have just basically ended in peace, except for the very ill-advised attack by Lithuania. So, yeah. So I guess, we'll see you next time.